Welcome, viewers. This is Danny from Lego Buff Productions, here with another episode of the Builder Stream. And today I have three guests with me here. I have Lego Lord 82, Tyler TNF, and Chris Productions. So what I've decided to do is, instead of kind of covering general topics for the Builder Stream like we did last week, but that was still awesome, I've decided to kind of focus in on specific topics for each week so we can cover a lot more in depth on these specific topics. So last week was kind of like the intro episode. We talked about a bunch of different things. Oh. Sorry about that. My stream running. So, anyway, this week we're going to be talking about building up your collection of pieces. Because a lot of times people say, like, oh, I don't have enough pieces to build MOCs and that sort of thing. So how to build up your collection, and also how to kind of work with the pieces you have. Because that's one of the challenges of T-falls and K-falls. You don't exactly have all the pieces you need, whereas if you're an A-fall, generally you can buy a piece, like let's say you're short on a few, you can just buy those. Whereas T-falls and K-falls tend to be a little bit more creative when they're low on pieces. So before we begin, I'd just like to talk about what everyone's kind of working on right now. So today, I did get a bunch more pieces to work on this Desert Star Wars MOC that I'll be working on. So that's what I'll be working on during the stream. Tyler, you want to talk about your stuff?
I'm just working on a Kashyyyk MOC.
Sweet. And Connor?
I've been working for the past, 4 hours on my Ultra Plutonium MOC, and I'm getting not really a lot of big progress done besides the command center, but just little scenes throughout.
Awesome. And Chris just went to go get something real quick, but he'll be back soon.
At the end of the
and
stream.
Also, what we'll be doing is what I'm going to do is at 15 minutes into the stream, I'll be adding some people. So in 15 minutes in, I'll add anyone in the comments who wants to join. You can show off your MOC or ask us if you're stuck somewhere in your MOC, and we can help you. And then also at 45 minutes in, so there'll be 2 times during the stream that I'll let some more people join. So first of all, we can just kind of start talking about some key ways just to build up your piece collection, because when you build MOCs, you definitely need a lot of pieces. So I'll just start off by saying that one of the key things you want to look for is if you don't have a huge budget, that sort of thing, like you maybe don't have a PayPal account, you can't go on Bricklink, even though now Bricklink also accepts debit and credit cards. That's a new thing, in case you didn't know that. And maybe you don't have a Lego store near you, so you can go to Pick-a-Brick. What I would recommend doing is going garage sailing. So typically during the summer, there's a lot more garage sales, and you can definitely find giant tubs of just random pieces, and those are perfect for building MOCs because you never know what you're going to find in there, and you can typically get those for a pretty good price. So definitely go to garage sales, and also Goodwill. A lot of people have found some really cool bins of pieces or sets, broken sets at Goodwill, and that's what I would recommend for just getting a bunch of bulk amount of pieces. What would you guys say?
For me, I'd say if I have a set that I don't really want to build, like battle packs, for example. I mean, I already have a lot of those. I have, let's say I have 10 of one quantity, which is like the speeders. I'll build 5 of them, and the rest I'll just take the remaining parts and use those, and then the excess pieces from sets that I have left over, I'll use those. And it's a pretty good idea, like garage sales and stuff. Those are good ways to get parts, or if you do happen to go to a convention, they have really cheap deals on a lot of excess parts. Me and Danny went to Brick Fair and got a lot of pieces for the price.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely at Brick Fair, they have this thing called a garage sale, where basically not only vendors can actually sell, it's anyone who's displaying there can sell, and that's where you can get a lot of broken sets. That's the other good thing. Broken sets, like if you have friends who have Lego collections, maybe they've outgrown them or they just don't like Lego anymore, definitely ask them, because sometimes they'll give them to you for free, sometimes they'll charge you just a small amount, nowhere near as much as it would cost if you were to buy the pieces separately. So definitely look around for broken set collections or just broken sets in general. Or like Connor was saying, if you have a bunch of a set or a set you don't like, tear it apart.
Definitely.
So yeah, and then for those of you who do have maybe PayPal or a bit of a budget, the pick-a-brick wall is a good place to go for certain pieces, and that's really the tricky part when trying to figure out if you should go to Bricklink or pick-a-brick wall. Like for example, these 4x6 tan plates. It's cheaper to fill up a cup with these at the pick-a-brick wall than to buy them on Bricklink. And what you have to factor in there is just look on Bricklink first to see what the specific piece you're looking for is going for on Bricklink, and then from there you can go at the pick-a-brick wall, see what pieces they have. If they have the one you're looking for, great. Maybe figure out how many pieces you can fit in one cup. And what I like to do is before I go, I don't do this every time, but like let's say for example, again these 4x6 plates. If I have a bunch of these but in just random colors, I'll practice filling up a cup with those and going. Like just figuring out how many I can fit in a cup, and then that way I have a technique down. Or there's also plenty of videos on YouTube. I started a series a while ago. I only had one episode, and then my house flooded. So I will be continuing that series called Pick-a-brick Tactics next year. So we can. And Chris actually just joined us again.
Woo!
So you want to talk about what you're working on, Chris?
I'm building a modular frozen castle.
Of course.
Everybody's super excited about that. I got a Rebels mock underway, and it's under everything else, so very underway. And then I'm starting a collab mock on this table right here. But just this morning, I went out and bought an entire massive piece collection. And it's made up of like 20 some of these bins, already sorted by color. So.
Did you say 20?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
As well as some sets. So anyways, I'm just going to be sorting some of this. But
yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're looking to build up large collections of pieces, just do what Chris does and go on like your local like Craigslist type of website and just find people willing to sell large collections of Lego.
Yeah, just buy like $1,000 worth. That's okay.
check this out.
Oh, those are. I have two. Is that the What are the dimensions on that?
Must be
16. Yeah.
Yeah, I have two of those. They came in like maybe mine are smaller actually. I don't know. They came in one of those little like boxes that have a bunch of bricks, like random bricks.
Okay.
Oh, and that's the other thing on online. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So the Black Friday ads are starting to get leaked out for stores. I mean, they obviously release them before Black Friday, so you know it's for sale. But if you want to get an early look at those, there's some websites. And I checked out the Walmart one, and I'm pretty sure it was this year's because it said 2015 on it, but it may have been mislabeled on the website. But those giant brick bins, they have like over 1,000 bricks in them, are on sale for $30 again. I know they did that last year, so I'm almost positive it was the new ad, but it may not be. So.
Alright, I got my camera working. I guess I can show you what I've been doing.
Was that the only thing that was going on sale?
That's the only thing I saw. And again, I don't know for sure if that's the Walmart after this year, but that's what the website said. But within the next few weeks, usually they come out approximately a month before Black Friday, which is November 27th, I believe.
Yeah.
Or 28th or something, yeah. So, all right, kind of let's...
Yeah, that's what I've been working on. It's like all these little details and everything, and then here's this turret I made.
Yeah, I love those mechanisms that you made for the speeders.
Oh, I love the micro binoculars on the phaser.
Oh yeah. It's Clutter Customs.
Takes me back.
And then here's like the giant command center up top.
Wow.
So a Bricklink order if needed.
That's awesome. All right, so also I forgot to mention, anyone who's watching, feel free to comment any questions you have about anything that has to do with Lego, really. Preferably mock questions, but we'd be happy to answer anything. So I did see some in the comment section, so I'm just going to pull that up real quick.
Yeah. Let's see. Sam Comber, I pronounce it, said, "Do you have any suggestions for my Jedi Temple mod?" I'd say
Wait,
a
what was
really
that?
good
Sorry,
one.
your mic cut out.
He wants to know any suggestions for building techniques for my Jedi Temple mock. I'd say go look at his name, Lifebrick Studios. He has a pretty good design for a Jedi Temple.
Yeah, and if you're looking for interior detailing, and there's a really well done Jedi like council room mock on. I know it's on Flickr. It's also they put it on Lego Ideas too.
I'd say like if you're doing the outside of it, I'd say a lot of columns and maybe kind of like gargoyles, if you know what those are, just like statues basically, because that's what if you look at the Jedi Temple, I think they show a small little clip of it in Episode 3 at the end when Yoda's going in there. It has like I think a statue of a Jedi that's like all in like gray or something like that. That's an idea. Or just go on Google Images and type in like temple or like Jedi temple.
I think something definitely to use there is do a lot of kind of a unique tiling pattern on the ground. Definitely looking at like Lifebrick's temple mock. You can pull off a temple like I don't know, just the inside of the Jedi temple is so much work to be done with to do a nice floor.
Yeah, and it all depends on really what your budget is and how many pieces you have. If you're like and just starting off in the Lego world and you don't have too many pieces, we kind of talked about this last year. We recommend doing little vignettes, which are getting as much detailing as you can, but making a super small scale thing. So you might make it wouldn't be minifigure size. You might make it the size of like a green base plate, for example. But you still put a bunch of detail in it, and those end up winning a lot of awards actually at conventions because you can do some really cool stuff. And you also get a lot more creative when you're building on such a small scale that you learn some techniques that you may not have figured out building in a larger scale.
Yeah, definitely. I can personally say I've become a better builder from building in smaller size blocks. Like the previous one, the Tardaria, and then this one. I have so many techniques I've learned. Just for small, intricate little details. Because when you go big, you can't really get in detail without spending a lot of money. And if you want to go big, it's kind of like a large battlefield I'd recommend. But going smaller, you can definitely get a lot more detail in.
All right, so we got some more questions. So Big Brick Reviews said you can fit the most bricks in a Lego bucket you get at the Lego store by stacking them neatly instead of shoving them, all of them in randomly. Yeah, I get that question actually a lot when I'm at the Pick a Brick wall. A lot of people come up and ask because they see me like stacking the bricks, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, can you? A lot of people don't realize this, that you can fill up the little Pick a Brick cup with any piece on the wall. I get that question the most. People are like, oh, like, really, you can fill this up with anything. Yes, you can put any brick you see on the wall in your cup, which is just an awesome feature. And so there are tons of different stacking techniques. There are a few videos on YouTube. Like I said, I started a series that I'll be continuing at the start of next year. But also just experimenting on your own, just to figure out different ways that bricks fit together and to maximize your space. Because remember, it is a circle cup, not a square. So you do have to be a little creative with kind of figuring it out, because you can't just build giant blocks or that sort of thing, because that wouldn't fit in a circle.
Pufferfish Studios just asked, when you guys were kids, what was a set you always wanted but didn't get, preferably not Star Wars? Well, that's kind of tough, because
I know I definitely wanted the Exo Force, the biggest Exo Force set, the Sentai Fortress. I was really that was like my one set that wasn't Star Wars that I always wanted to get, and I bought it. I bought it last year.
Yeah, I remember when you. Is that in a haul video?
It's in a vlog, yeah.
Of course.
I remember probably have to go with like a police station or a fire station because I always saw those in the catalogs. I've always wanted one. I'll eventually get one. I'm looking at getting the new one actually. So it looks kind of cool on that island. If you haven't seen pictures, if you check out like Brickset, they have some cool pics of it.
I was gonna say the same thing, Danny. Either that or I think one of them I wanted was the mobile police truck thing with the tractor trailer. That was a really cool.
Yeah.
Piece. I always wanted that, and then one I really wanted and got for Christmas was those Mars mission things, the white and orange. I got the big like alien transport thing.
Like the dropship or the base?
No, it was the vehicle. It was it had the same wheels as the old turbo tank, but in orange.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that big. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Find it on Bricklink.
Yeah, my friend used to have a bunch of Mars. I think he had actually all the Mars
Yeah,
missions.
same. I have a friend that owns like every single one, and I would always go over there. Like, well,
All right, so we just approached 15 minutes into the stream. Again, the stream will only last an hour, as typical of the builder streams. So if you'd like to join to show off a mock, or if you want some help with your mock, put it in the comments below, and I will send it to your YouTube messages, to your YouTube inbox. You can easily check that by going to your video manager on your channel, and then from there, I think it's under like community, and it'll say messages. Click on that, and you find the link. So just go ahead, put in the comments, and I'll be sure to add you. Also, Pufferfish Studio, or actually, sorry, it's Sam Gumber asked, "Who's pumped for The Force Awakens?" Well, that last trailer that we got, if you have not seen it, that last trailer that we got on, what was that, Monday of this week, was phenomenal. It was, I watch it every day, at least 10 times. It is so good. There's so much awesome stuff. I cannot wait for it.
It looks like there's a new Kashyyyk, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly all the planets, because I know there's Jakku, and then there's the
Solist.
yeah, and then there's the ice planet with the Starkiller base on it.
Yeah, the set, I just looked it up. It's called the MT-101 Armored Drilling Unit. Under
Oh,
Mars
yeah.
Mission. Yeah, that set's awesome.
look what I just found. It's like a Grievous with the white 3PO head.
Oh my gosh.
This guy must have had that old Echo base.
It's probably in there, parted out. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the what all the planets are, but I'm really excited to see the they showed a short clip of all the First Order troopers lined up on that snow planet. I really want to see that because I really want to do a mock on that.
Yeah, I love the First Order. Like, I think I might like them actually more than the Clone Troopers, which from the Clone Wars, which is definitely saying something.
Get out of here.
So I hope those the battle pack that we're gonna get from Episode 7 is the descriptions of the battle packs were leaked, and one of them is called like Stormtrooper Battle Pack or something like that. And I can't tell if it's the Battlefront one or not because it says like 3 Stormtroopers and like something else, which they might be referring to the Battlefront one that we've seen some pictures of.
Yeah.
But I really hope that we get at least 3, preferably 4, First Order troopers in the new Battle Pack. So, have you guys gotten tickets yet, or?
Yeah.
No.
Connor.
Yeah, I got tickets for the 18th.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm going at 7 p.m. on the Thursday, the 17th.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because my theater, it said that they were going to start selling them at right after the trailer showed, But luckily, I set a Fandango alert on my phone, and so it alerted me right when the tickets went on sale. And it went on sale like before the second quarter even started or something of the game. So I went on, and by the time I went on, there was only like 8 seats left for the 7 p.m. showing. So look, and they weren't very good seats. They weren't like right in the front, but they were not very good seats. But still, to go to the first showing of it's gonna be awesome in IMAX 3D.
There's a question from Pufferfish Studios. It's, would you rather have all your Star Wars figures turned into Jar Jar Binks or have your whole collection removed?
I could do a lot of Gungan MOCs.
I was about to say, well, it's the whole collection, so it'd be parts and everything. So you just have like.
I would go with the Gungan. I would go with the Jar Jars.
I would love the Jar Jars. They'd be his new sig figs.
So Lego Boy 13, I did send you the link, so check your YouTube inbox. And
I just realized I have to order like an entire set of life lights again to finish this.
is this the mock the one you're working on now, Connors? Are you going to bring that to conventions next year?
I don't want to wait too long for that because I have to do the Connor Me Customs hanger one that we're gonna do.
Oh yeah. What I was thinking, a really cool mock to do would be like for next year's conventions, would be that scene in the trailer right at the beginning where Rey is like descending in the hangar of the Star Destroyer.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
If you had the hangar like in the sand and then just like some other like rubble around it and then just have her like a giant hangar and have her descending in it.
I think I know what you're talking about. When it's crashed, right?
Yeah, it's like the first scene of the trailer where she like opens the hatch and then she like is going down that rope.
That'd be awesome.
We just have to wait for the movie to come out.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be such a good movie, and it's gonna break like every record. Well, it already broke a bunch of records on like for first ticket sales. Like the first day of ticket sales, it broke a bunch of records.
Breaking the internet.
Yes.
I remember I was looking at my my SAT scores and like it's just like sorry, too many people want to know if they failed or not. Come back tomorrow. I have a question. What's your like favorite Lego element? This is for people in the chat as well.
Favorite Lego element?
2x4 brick.
Alright, so FIFA Boy, are you on Lego Boy 13?
Hey guys.
Sweet.
I was looking at my SAT scores and like it's just like
Make sure to mute your video if you have the stream playing in the background.
I have a question. What's your like favorite Lego element?
Lego Boy 13, make sure to mute your video. You have the stream going in the background.
2x4 brick.
Wait, so is this Lego Boy 13?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think he just muted it right now.
Oh, he did. Alright, you can unmute yourself once. We start going. Ooh.
Does he have a new mock to show us?
Oh.
I have a question. What's your like favorite Lego Boy 13? Make sure to mute your video.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay.
There we go. Alrighty, so what do you have to show us? Well, it looks like some sort of mountain.
Looks like a beach. I don't know. Looks pretty cool though.
Yeah, so back to Connor's question while he's figuring out the audio. In the comments, everyone put what your favorite Lego element is. Sam Cumber already answered. He said, I really like the Scout Trooper helmets.
Oh, that's cool.
Those the way to go with like minifigure elements or something, I would go with I really like the ARF Trooper helmets.
Oh.
Those have been one of my favorite Star Wars helmets so far. Besides like the newer Episode 3 helmet. I really
I'd
like
probably
the
say my favorite helmet that I have is the 501st Pilot Trooper helmet. That's a
Oh,
really,
that is a cool one too,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one's really cool.
and then I'd say for just random minifigures, the Hazmat collectible minifigures, which I really want, but I don't want to spend like $10 a figure for. That's just a really cool minifigure.
Yeah, in terms of like a regular element, oh, there's so many good ones. It probably
Versus
I don't know.
Yes, I'm sorry, I already chose the best one, so you can't pick that.
Yeah, Chris chose the best one already. I'd probably go with like one of those. I don't know. There's so many good. Maybe like I need like the slow pieces because you can do a lot of cool things with slopes.
Oh, do you guys see they got 2x4 slopes are now on the
The
1x2
yeah, I
Star
saw that I went last week on Sunday and they didn't have them, but I saw that whoever's hall had those.
That was H2 brand.
Yeah, if they have those on mine, that'd be incredible. I would just fill up. I'd buy like 30 boxes
Yes, Danny, go buy 30 boxes. You do that.
for $100 each.
Just like I'm gonna one up Chris's Kashyyyk Mountain. That's great.
Actually, I try to use as little of those as possible. I mainly use like other things.
All right, Lego Boy 13, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So what do you have to show us?
I'm working on this mock. I don't know what planet it's gonna be on, but it's gonna have like a beach and mountain with all the trees here.
Sweet. Is it a Star Wars mock or?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars mock.
Awesome.
So how big's the entire thing gonna be? Just it looks like 3 by 3 grain, right?
Yeah.
This is the same size as mine currently. Any sets on it?
Not yet. I'm probably gonna,
What's the planning to?
I'm not sure yet.
So far, so good. So, I guess, what is it again? Lego Tyler 13? Is that your...
Yeah, you just call me Tyler.
Okay. So, Tyler, what's your favorite Lego element?
Lego element. Not sure really.
There's so many good ones out there.
Yeah. I don't really have a favorite.
All right, we have another question that comments. This is from Sam Comber. He asks, what Lego Star Wars set should I get for Christmas? Do you guys have any suggestions? Now, you can let us know. Let's see.
I'd wait till the other sets are released.
You know, I would probably go with maybe one of the Rebels. It depends on if you build MOCs or not. Because if you build MOCs, then you might want to ask for one specifically for your collection, or I mean, like to put in your MOCs. But if you just collect sets, you know, just any really set that you want. But again, it just really depends. You can let us know what exactly kind of what you're working on, what your Lego situation is. IV Gaming Tom said, for minifigs, I agree the 501st Pilot helmet is pretty cool. For regular elements, he likes the 1x1 modified brick with the with the studs all around it.
Oh, super
Mainly for
stud.
snot building and stuff. And miniaturized vehicles, he says. So.
Yeah, that's really fun.
AKA the super stud.
Also using it for some of my crates in my locker right now. Alright, I'm going to look at some of the sets. I'd say if you were getting first order episode 7 sets, I'd probably have to say Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. I've seen a lot of reviews on it. It looks like a really, really nice set.
Yeah, or I would even go with the the troop transport. Originally, I thought that was way overpriced at $90, and it looked really stupid. But after seeing a bunch of reviews on it, there are some really, really cool features on it, and you get some the minifigures included in it are incredible.
That's right. Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, we actually saw in the trailer, we saw a short clip of troopers getting out of it. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah. So he also, well, he said that he's currently working on the Jedi so he's the one with the Jedi Temple mock, but he also wants to get some extra sets for display. So if you're looking for something purely for display that you're not going to play with or use in mocks, I'd go with the UCS set. And Chris here is an expert on those.
Go with Slate 1. I think the best UCS set out there right now for like looks and your dollar and just like coolness is got to be the Slave 1.
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably have to say the Republic Gunship mini microfighter. It's a really good display set. Definitely.
The microfighter.
You just get out of here.
No, I'm actually very impressed with the microfighters. I only have one. It's the ARC 170 because I bought it for the pilot minifig.
Oh,
but it's actually like they're actually pretty cool, like to have on a shelf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right here. Lego Boy 13 has one.
Yeah, and I have the.
the minifig that comes with that ARC 170. Oh man.
That's the other good thing. Besides just kind of having like a cool look to them, like they're perfect for if you have like a desk that you work on or something. It's cool to just have like some Lego thing on there or something. So they're cool for that. And then also the minifigs they put in them are just phenomenal. What I'm really excited for though are the Episode 7 C-3POs because a lot of people have been able to pick those up at their Toys R Us's, but I called mine and they're not putting them out till tomorrow. But they're only going to be $4. I'm just going to go buy a boatload of them.
I would just buy them all if I were you.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna pick them.
From what I've seen, they're in these like giant plastic things, and there's like over 100 of them. So, but my goal is I'm probably looking at buying around like 25 of them.
Sweet. Get one for me.
And then I'll probably end up selling a bunch of them on eBay. Or I'll definitely keep one for myself, and maybe keep a few for like contest prizes in the future.
Keep one for Chris.
Yeah, I'll keep one for Chris too. But I have a feeling they're gonna be very expensive online. Especially, I might sell them on eBay towards Christmas time, just because it's someone who wants something cool like that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Togi Akozap, I think that's how you pronounce it, said, I think each Lego part has good uses. Maybe the flat stuff files. I love the new piece coming to the Nexo Knights. The Nexo Knights look have a lot of new and really cool pieces. I do think. And General J. Smith said, I'm a big fan of the UCS Tumblr. He is as well as I do.
Yeah, that the Tumblr looks really cool. I've seen it a lot in on display at the Lego stores. It's definitely, and one of my friends' brother has it, and it looks really awesome in person. But I want to get it, but again, it's just the UCS price range is like if you think about it, you have to decide between getting like a few regular size sets or a giant UCS set. So, or if you're Chris, you can get both.
No, I kind of blew all my money on this collection.
That's what you say.
I know, I came home and I ordered 10 Death Star Trooper battle packs because they were on clearance on my Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
You always say, like, oh, I don't have any more money, and then, like, boom, $300.
Chris just randomly gets sent money from nowhere.
Chris really tries to convince himself that he doesn't have money so he won't spend it.
There's like this little bank in, like, the Czech Republic that just sends it.
I have a Swiss bank account, that's right.
Yeah. And then, okay, more questions. Sam Comer asked, what's your guys' favorite Star Wars ship? So keep that in mind.
Oh, AFOL Man's here in the comments. What's going on, AFOL Man? if anyone who's watching hasn't checked out April Man, he has a really cool city, and he's doing a lot of changes to it recently.
Too bad Spencer's.
Favorite Star Wars ship, I'd probably have to say would be Dropship, even though I don't even have it. The Republic Dropship.
So, since April Man's in the comments and Chris is starting his city now, woo! And I possibly, spoiler, maybe in the future, cough cough December, what? Something might be happening with the city on my end. Let's start talking about some city stuff. So, I know Connor and the other guys in the stream probably don't know a lot, but in terms of like streets and stuff, Chris, what would you recommend? Would you recommend buying the base plates or building like snot streets?
Oh man, that's really my next thing that I have to face.
Yeah, because that's like in planning out mine. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because once you start, it's going to be really hard if you want to change it to the other one.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think doing it brick built, it's going to cost more. It's going to look better. But it's going to cost. You're going to have to do like infrastructure for all your buildings. So even like your modulars, now you're going to have to go and change them all to, like, work on top of that. And
That's true.
Yeah, I think TMX Brick Notes I know made a tutorial on a snot road that he made. It was a few years ago. I know he has them in his city now, but he made a tutorial on just like a small section about the size of a regular road base plate. And he said it cost about $30. So that's a lot. Like compared to, it's like $15 and you get 2 road plates even though they're not the same.
Yeah.
So it's almost like quadruple price to build in snot. Like you said, it does look better, but that's like the ultimate city question.
That's true.
Like, do you sacrifice quality because of cost or... Oh, AFall Man has a good point. He says in the comments, it depends on how big your city will be.
yeah, for sure.
Then again, Chris's city's going to cover his entire universe.
Chris's city is unlimited.
Mine is remaining in the 10 gray base plate area until I move away.
Yeah, what I'm planning on doing is, well, what I've seen at conventions, a lot of people do the snot, but a lot of well, he actually has another good point. He says you need to be in the lug to order to build the roads because you get the lug bulk.
That's what my plan was, even just for road plate. I've been waiting.
Oh yeah, even for the road plate.
I'm waiting to order them in next year's.
That's true. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, but the other thing is, this is what I would like to do because you always want to try to add a cool feature to draw people at the conventions to your stuff. And what JK Brickworks did, and you can only do this with the road base plates, so this would be an advantage to the road base plates, is he put like a thin metal wire under all of them, and then he put the train, he built a bus and was able to put a motor in it that turned the wheels, and then he put a train magnet thing on the front wheels that could move. And so the magnet felt the wire underneath the base plate, and so wherever the wire went, the bus would follow it, because the back wheels would always be turning, and the front ones would be directing it with the
that's
magnets.
awesome.
Yeah, so that would be something that I would want to do, because that'd be so cool to bring to a convention with like all these, because they have to be a larger vehicle, because you have to put the motor in it, but have like a bunch of buses kind of driving around, or like trucks, that sort of thing. So that's definitely a huge advantage if you're looking into that for the road base plates. And then what April Man said before about the size of your city. And that's the other thing you can do with the brick built is if you want to make a super condensed city, you can make the roads smaller with the bricks. So I guess you could do that also.
So that would be a benefit. You wouldn't have to stay within that base plate.
Yeah, or you can even make them bigger if you want, like giant, like 5 lanes on each side or something, or like want to make a highway or something. Definitely do it.
has a lot more. Like you can do at some intersections, they have that extra lane if you're turning left. That kind of goes over. That's a really good idea. If you want to challenge your building skills, that's a really good idea. Just customize it and then parking spaces or bike lanes on the side. So there's advantages to both. It's just cost, and for building, flexibility of what you can do.
Yeah, and the other big, like, I guess, question is when you're thinking about building a city, or if you already have a city, besides the road situation, is the building situation. If you want to use modulars, mixed modulars and with other stuff, or like basically if you want to build an all set city or a custom city, or you can do it like A-Format Bricks for Chris. They do both, so they have sets, but they still build scenery. They build different sections that are like unique. Like A-Format has a little mountain area. Bricks for Chris has a lot of like parks, and he built like a cool park with like a pathway around it and stuff. And a bunch of city builders have like they incorporate both, and that's I guess the big question. And then there's Jang Bricks too, who used to have an all custom city, but then when he made his city bigger and moved into his new house, he went to a mixture of the two. So that's what I'm kind of leaning towards, doing a mixture of the two until you can build like a fully custom. Because I love the look of the modulars too, so I don't want to just put those to waste by having those and not putting them in the city. But I also want to have custom stuff too. What would you say, Chris, about that?
I don't know. I'm buying the modulars for my city.
Of course.
But no, I would think mixed. I think only if you're part of a LUG group and you have that larger budget and a lot of space, then you can do the full brick build. And even then, I think whether you want to add sets or just make your own, that's really up to you. And I mean, I feel it's the more time you have with your city that you're going to spend to, customize modulars or.
Yeah, and another thing I was thinking about doing, but this would be super expensive. H2 Brick did it. He had a small mock. There was like 2 buildings, and then underneath it he had a subway line. It was just like 3 of the straight train tracks.
Yeah.
But if you built like a subway line underneath your entire, see that's the thing though. If you built it under a city but didn't have it like under your table, so you pretty much built your whole city up on bricks. But you had like a subway going under and it goes up. That would just look incredible, but it'd be so expensive. You need a bunch of 2x4s. Chris could probably do it.
No.
He built a 2x4 with 2x4s. So.
You guys got a problem with my giant 2x4?
Yeah. You don't have 2 of them.
I love how it's still intact. It's just kind of there.
I'd say maybe Duplo bricks, because those are pretty cheap.
Yeah,
So
that would be a very good option. If you could get those,
where like you would see the bricks. That's what I'm saying. Like if you have the cutouts, so you can see the subway around like the whole bottom or something, or certain parts. You're still going to have bricks behind it, like a wall of 2x4s, and then behind that you can put Duplo and whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't want people seeing like all these Duplo bricks.
That's a problem that the original minifigure Kevin F. He's having a problem with his like 30-foot tall Empire State.
Oh yeah, his Empire State Building is incredible.
Except it's gonna take like a decade and a half to complete.
General J. Smith asked, "The city sounds cool, but where are you going to put it with all your other Lego?" I'll let Chris answer that one first.
I actually kind of got to know the layout of just my Lego room and stuff. I am not sacrificing any of this building space for my city. I'm going to keep it fully Star Wars, but what I did is I'm putting a table just somewhere else in my house. And I'm going to be building it there. I'll do the actual physical building of anything in here or whatever, but then I'm going to move all the finished products in there. And it's actually where my old Bricklink store was. That's what I'm doing. So kind of downsize my Bricklink store.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is, if you didn't know, my house flooded, so I'm in rental house now. But when I move back in, my leg room's actually going to be in a different room than it was before. So I'm going to have a lot more space. It's It's not twice the size, but it's a lot more space. So I'll have room for city and my regular table to build. So I will still keep building Star Wars MOCs. That will never go away. But in addition, I'll be working on the city too. And we also have a question here from Minifig Collector. He said, "What is your opinion on the new bank?" I personally love it. I like the color scheme, especially how it looks when you put it with the detective's office. They have that picture, and I think it's the Parisian too. So I think that looks really cool. I like the color, and I really like the laundromat next to it too. I think those are two really cool. I love it. But Chris says, what would you say, Chris?
I think it's great too. I love it. The fact that it's another corner building. We've had a lot of those corner modules.
We've only had 4 now, so technically you can build like a full block now.
Yeah.
We have the cafe corner, the Grand Emporium, Palace Cinema, and now you have the bank. So you could just make a giant like square thing.
You can almost make a block.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking about, because one of the cities that I really like, I'm trying to think. I can't remember the name of the channel. He doesn't make videos anymore. He only made like 2 videos, and it's just of his city. And he said like how much he spent on it. It was like $10,000. It was crazy, but it was so cool because he had like a downtown area, and then as it progressed, he had like the suburbs, and then like smaller houses, and then it was like the coast. It was really cool. And then he had like a full custom prison Alcatraz type look thing in the water. There's also another Lego YouTuber, I think his name is Mark Cotter, if I'm not mistaken, and he has one of the largest cities I've ever seen, and his is mostly custom. He does have, I think he has some modulars in there too.
Yeah, I definitely say another person that is doing, I'm pretty sure cities 100%, I'm not quite sure, custom is Danny Bricks. Some of his creations are amazing to build, but it's just kind of, I'll just say it's different.
It's very different.
He has really good building techniques, and I'm pretty sure it's 100% custom. And we have 2 questions. One is for Chris. How do you build these huge plants for your Felicia mock? And keep that in mind, Chris. And what's your guys' opinion on yet another wave of police city stuff? I haven't heard about that, but Chris, you can go ahead and answer LOL Swag's question.
This trash can filled with planet sets that are all Bespin. That's how I built the big ones. I used these Star Wars planet sets, and I just put them together and stuck a Technic rod right through them, and that's how I built those ones. The pink ones they're kind of the cooler ones. I really like those. What they are is they're the pink pod pieces from Galaxy Squad.
Yeah, those are my favorite plants in yours.
And then what they have is the hose pieces. These hose pieces that are in quite a few sets now. They're just in the center, and then you just put a bunch of these on there, all going in the same direction, and you've got the plant.
Of course.
All right, and then the other question was
The police set.
with the police sets. Yeah, I'm actually a really big fan of this new city wave. I know a lot of people are tired of keep getting more fire sets, more police sets, but it used to be for like the past 5 years or so, it was the same stuff. Like we'd get a prison transport car, we'd get a regular police car, and it would just be a new version of every time. But recently, Lego has really done a great job with changing it up. We've gotten the Swamp Police. This next wave has some really cool sets, like the Prison Island Police.
Hot air balloon.
Yeah, the hot air balloon with the new fire stuff. This is the first time we've gotten one of those giant ladder trucks. Lego's never made one of those, so Lego's definitely gotten a lot better with those. Because if it was the same stuff as we've gotten before, like a new prison transport thing, I would have been disappointed. And we've seen the return of the boat. We haven't seen a boat in a long time for the police line. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's a step forward that we've gotten a boat again, like a big boat. We've gone to small river boats.
I think one of the first sets I got was for Christmas. It was what's the boat? It was a police boat. I'm trying to find it. I'll find it. And then there was another question from Clone Custom 615. Do you guys think that the cities that people build custom take up so much room? Personally, it depends on the size. Again, that's what we were talking about earlier. But not really. Zany Bricks is pretty big. That's what I'd say.
All right, we have a few more questions. Actually, a bunch more questions. Clone Productions asks, "What are your thoughts about the Cubs?" You didn't notice I'm wearing a Chicago Cubs shirt. Well, I was very disappointed that they lost, especially on Back to the Future Day. They lost the game that would have sent them. I mean, they would have needed to win 3 more after that, but they lost. They needed to win that game pretty much to move on, to continue to move on to eventually get to the World Series. So on Back to the Future Day, they kind of ruined the Back to the Future prophecy or whatever you want to call it. So it was disappointing since they haven't won it since 1908, but next year. And then we also have a question from Toby EchoZap, and he asked, "Do you guys have any fears of the new Star Wars movie?" And I've actually gotten this a lot from some friends and stuff that are like, what if it doesn't live up to all this incredible hype that it's gotten? And I think it will. I think it will live up to the hype. I mean, it's from what we've seen so far, it's just really well done. It's going to be a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any thoughts about or any fears about Episode 7?
No,
Not
it's
really.
well.
I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, especially from everything that we've seen so far. I haven't seen anything bad, so.
Also, knowing that George Lucas is the creative director, it's definitely going to be a good movie.
Yeah, and Jar Jar Binks isn't in it, so it's gonna be
definitely.
good.
It's going to sell a lot more.
I love all the social media stuff about Kylo Ren being Jar Jar Binks. That would be quite looking.
Yeah, back to what you said about the police lineup. I think this was maybe one of the first sets I got was the police boat from 2006 that had the actual motor that you could put it in water and it would float and move.
Oh, I remember that one. That's a cool one.
What would you guys like to see as a all new Lego Star Wars set for 2016? I have to say the Bespin Freezing Chamber.
Oh, that one looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably wait. Is he asking? Would you what set would you like them to make that hasn't been announced, or what set has been announced that you can't wait to get? Well, once or both. How about once or both? So the one I'm most excited to, it's been announced, but besides the new battle pack for Episode 7, is the Battle of Hoth. Now there was that little short Lego video that Chris had showed me, which is what we think the set looks like, and if that is, that'd be really cool, just depending on the price range. So that's what I'm most excited for, but of the ones that haven't been announced yet that I'd like to see, probably, well, it really depends on after Episode 7, because once we see everything in Episode 7, I would like to see one of those new Star Destroyers. I don't know what exactly the name for them, what they're going to call them, but from the ones that we've seen in the trailers, those are really cool. How about you guys?
I'd probably have to say the same thing as you. But the set that's already announced would be the Bespin Freezing Chambers. There was a picture of it too. It looks okay. But we haven't had a Bespin Freezing Chambers since Cloud City, which was not
Yeah.
the actual chamber.
And also be interesting to see the pricing. I hope it's no more than 25. I mean, I could see it being 30, but 25 I think would be a good price for it.
I'm gonna guess 35 on it.
Oh wow.
I think that Hoth set is gonna suck.
Chris.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be happy. I'm just excited to see what the other Force Awakens sets are.
Yeah.
And I'm also really looking forward to that Droid Escape one. That looks cool, but we haven't got the pictures of it yet.
Yeah.
The Battlefront battle pack is so cool. That's
Yeah, the Stormtrooper.
So, Sam Cumber asked, do you guys think Endor would be a cool place to set my Jedi Temple mock?
That sounds really cool. A lot of vines and kind of like ruins. I'd say ancient Jedi temple, maybe.
It would make a lot of sense for like an after episode 6 kind of thing.
Or what was
They built
that?
a temple there kind of, to like dedicate it to Vader or something.
Or almost like the one in some of their Tyler, you have your or speaker something.
It needs to be like the one in Rebels. Like in one of the first couple episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, where they fight the Inquisitor.
Exactly.
In the temple. Yeah.
Still echoing.
Go. We're up to 21 viewers, so thank you everyone who's watching. Again, the stream will end exactly in 4 minutes now, because I do like to keep it to an hour so that people watching it after the fact can enjoy it.
Alpha Bright Studios said, do you think there will be a First Order Stormtrooper battle pack? And he said your link to the stream did not work.
Yeah, so there is a First Order battle pack, and there is a new. It's called Hero and Villains Battle Pack. There's a Hero one and a Villain one for Episode 7. We don't know any other information besides that, because Lego has been super secret about this. They're taking down any videos, even with the pictures that we've already seen, not officially released, but they came out around the New York Comic-Con time, or New York Toy Fair. I think it was the Comic-Con. So Lego has been super strict. People's channels have been taken down already. I've seen that. Copyright strikes. Lego has been really thorough and intense about that sort of thing. So, all right. So the last question we'll answer here is from General J. Smith, and it is: where would you recommend, or what is the best site for custom stormtroopers? And what I would say, personally, is OneArmyCustoms.com. That's I bought from him at conventions, but I'm sure the shipping and stuff is fairly easy. Kind of, have you ever bought anything from him online?
Yeah. He's actually maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So maybe the first get them and then send them back.
Can you like move closer to your mic? We kind of like we can hear you at the beginning.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'd say OneArmy Customs, and he's gonna send me the his Wave 8 helmets designs to review them, and then send them back in roughly 2 or 3 weeks. And then Lowell Swag said Galactic Marines Battle Pack and Delta Squad Battle Pack would both be really great sets. I think so as well. But again, the time from the actual movie has been so long for the Galactic Marines, at least.
All right, so that about wraps it up for the stream. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in today. We had Lego Lord 82, Chris Productions, Lego Boy 13, and Tyler TMF here with us on the stream today. So definitely check out all of their channels for some great Lego content. Hopefully I answered all the questions you had and gave you some tips about building. Again, we will return next week. Not sure if it's going to be on my channel or someone else's next week. It might be on Lego Spencer's or Chris Productions or someone else's. So if you want to know for sure, you can check my Instagram. If I don't post anything, that'll pretty much mean it will be on mine. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, again, to check out our channels for some awesome Lego content, and have a great day.